Hi, my name's Caroline Casey and I design objects and furniture, and I've been represented by Anabu now since 1994, and I've been designing furniture for them specifically. Also working with my partner Robert Brown in designing furniture for his houses. My design process is very varied, and I guess the beginning of an object is initiated by many things. Often a client will request something quite specific, and I have to come up with the concept within the framework that they have set, or it might be triggered by something that I have seen and that has sparked an idea. The latest piece that I have just recently completed is the table that we're actually sitting at. It is a 4.2 metre long table constructed of carbon fibre with a solid timber top. This design piece came about because I had been designing very, very long tables for houses, for Rob's houses specifically, and the length that the clients were requiring, I was really struggling with the structural and the engineering of the table, and hence the weight that I had to deal with. So I was very fortunate to meet two very, very expertise craftsmen. One, Jeffrey Broadfield, who is a timber worker, and Jeffrey introduced me to McConaughey boat builders who have 30 years of experience of working in composite materials. And so we set about to produce a table, a lightweight table for Anabu to their requirements, and Uta was quite specific in saying that she needed a table to seat 14 people. So the overall length was determined by the amount of people she wanted to seat at a table. The lamination of the carbon fibre and the timber was a new laminating process that had to be developed. The core, or the structure, is called a Nomex, and it's a honeycomb structured board. And then we laminate carbon fibre, which is the very thin black line, and we probably have about 3 layers of carbon fibre underneath the table and on the top, and that is actually what gives it structural integrity. And then the solid timber top, the 10 mil of solid, this is actually Zebrano, and we've actually found these in 4.2 lengths. And then that is laminated on top of that structure, and then there's a lot of hand finishing that goes on. I think coming up with a design for the leg for this table was the hardest thing for me in the process of designing. I came up with a drawing, and then I handed this drawing over to Steve Moxham, who does a lot of the sculptural work on the super maxi boats, which you see, racing into the Sydney to Hobart race. So he took my idea for this leg and sculpted this form here, which I think works really, really well. It's a very elegant form, and this is the final leg here, and you can actually see the fabric of the carbon fibre in the leg, which adds a lovely kind of detail to the form. Like all the work I do, it's always a collaborative process between myself and the makers. In this case, there was 3 of us. There was myself, Jeffrey Broadfield, who worked on the timber work, and McConaughey's, specifically Steve Moxham. So it was a real joint venture, and then of course Anabu. So there was 4 people involved in the making of this table. For me, the relationship between all those people is key, and the relationship I have with my makers is absolutely paramount to what I do.